Well, the drama inside Philadelphia, it's not going anywhere, as a new report suggests teammates are worried about A.J. Brown's frustration spilling over and causing a locker room rift. Also, Nick Sirianni spoke to WIP this morning. You need to hear what he had to say about talking with A.J. Brown, but the wide receiver voicing his displeasure with the offense, and also his job security. Finally, we now know exactly what the Eagles must do this Sunday in order to maybe save their season. I'm Thomas Mott. This is the Thomas Mott Show. Okay, surely I wasn't the only Eagles fan sitting on my couch last night watching Alabama run, wait for it, quarterback draw on 4th and goal to lose to Michigan. I'm like, wait a second, that looks just like us. We do that all the time, right? Maybe Nick Sirianni and Brian Johnson could learn a thing or two by watching Coach Saban's press conference at the end addressing that terrible play call.
The fact that it didn't work made it a really bad call.
Just kidding. They're not going to do that, right? They're going to continue to run boneheaded plays at critical moments that will cost Philadelphia not only a home playoff game, but the NFC East as well, as it did this past weekend. And it's stats like these that continue to just blow my mind when you look at the Eagles' offense. I mean, A.J. Brown has just one catch of 25-plus air yards over the last 8 games. He's only been targeted on such throw 8 times over the last 8 games. Smitty, 8 targets of 25-plus yards in that same exact time span. Like, remember the shots down the field in, like, the Miami game or the first Cowboys game? Philly has completely gotten away from those, and it's so obvious that this play calling, this lack of creativity and explosiveness on offense is one of the main reasons why wide receiver A.J. Brown is just so darn upset. And what do you know? A brand new Philadelphia Inquirer taking some shots at A.J. Brown and leaking some internal frustration from his teammates, saying A.J. Brown's recent frustration with the Eagles is reportedly directed towards the coaching staff. A few teammates tell the Philly Inquirer. A.J. Brown's fury with the team's performance is seemingly not rare amongst the players, and according to the Inquirer, Eagles head coach Nick Sirianni is aware that he has a fractured locker room. Some believe that A.J. Brown's openness to his dissatisfaction with the team is partially the reason for the Eagles' locker room crisis. According to one veteran, anytime you have bad body language from a leader like that, other guys see it, and it's not good. Okay, that's a lot to unpack there. So apparently A.J. Brown is upset at the offensive play calling. That makes sense. But according to unnamed teammates, it's having a negative effect on the locker room to the point that Nick Sirianni is now aware of this locker room fracture. Now, there's 2 ways to look at this, right? And then the Inquirer is making it seem like A.J. Brown is the main issue here. And although I also don't like my star wide receiver actively voicing his frustrations to the point that it's making other players in the locker room upset, but at the same time, if A.J. Brown's not going to say something, who is? We know he's right about this. We know the offense has some serious flaws, and so while I get the whole article making the point that, hey, maybe A.J. Brown needs to calm down a little bit, sure, but hey, why doesn't the coaching staff just fix it and make the whole offensive system a lot better, therefore their star wide receiver a lot happier? Now, I need to admit something. I'm usually pretty critical of the Philadelphia media for a constant barrage of softball questions during times of crisis. That was not the case this morning on WIP, as the morning show guys threw some absolute heaters at Nick Sirianni, starting with the question we all want to know. Nick, are you losing the locker room?
No, I'm not concerned about that. We're just looking to get back on the right track. Last week against the Giants, got back in the win column. Obviously, didn't happen the exact same way we wanted it to happen, but got in the win column, and then, hey, we dropped this one this week, and the next thing is just to go back to work, and I'm not concerned about that. I know the players and the coaches we have on this team. We got great leaders that all we want to do is right the ship. I'm confident that we can do that, and that's where we are right now.
WIP followed up with another heater, straight up asking Nick Sirianni about his relationship or lack thereof with A.J. Brown.
Like I said, we talk all the time. And yes, we've spoken in the last 48 hours. And I'm going to keep my relationship and my conversations with AJ private because, I'm not going to share any conversation that I have with any of the players, with anybody but us, because that's what you do, with the coach-player relationship. And so, again, I know who he is. I know what his heart. I know he's got a great heart and great teammate. And, we're all frustrated right now. Yeah, again, you guys are speculating on what he's upset with and all those different things. And so, AJ, again, makes so many plays for us. AJ does so many things for us, and as a captain, the things he does for the team and his teammates. So you're seeing a portion of it, and you're not seeing, obviously, the entire picture. And so, again, I don't think anything's broken, right? I don't think anything is broken. Again, we just all want to we're all frustrated, and we all want to get this bad taste out of our mouth.
Again, it's just wild for me to believe that the coaching staff doesn't see what's going on, or at least won't fix it, right? It's so simple. Okay, you have a wide receiver who's upset. Why don't we not only get him the football a little bit more, but why don't we listen to what he's saying and implement those changes? It's very clear that not just the wide receivers, but probably the rest of the entire offense understands that there are major issues. They don't run the football well or often enough. They run too many quarterback powers. They don't push the football down the field enough. Like, all these things are so darn clear, and yet they won't fix it, which leads to, again, fractured locker rooms and people being upset because the talent is there for Philadelphia, at least offensively, but the overall production, plays, play calling, it's just not there at all. Who do you guys blame for the offensive issues right now? Is it just simply Sirianni? Is it a combination of Sirianni and Hurts and A.J. Brown? Is it just A.J. Brown? Let me know down below in the comments right now. Now, all of this has resulted in a lot of us wondering about Nick Sirianni's job security, which, again, we can talk about every single day from now until they either win, lose, or keep staying alive in the postseason. But NFL insider Josina Anderson had a very cryptic tweet yesterday about some big changes to an NFC East team that had many of us wondering, is she talking about the Philadelphia Eagles when she said, change is circling in the NFC East. One potential move would be unexpected. Which, of course, lets us all very confused and being like, Josina, just tell us what's going on. Like you can trust me. Tell me what's going on. To which Anderson responded to a fan asking just that, saying, hey there, please be patient. It's still yet to be fully determined. Good night. Now, of course, there are a lot of rumors in the NFC East that aren't Sirianni related, like Bill Belichick to the Commanders or the Giants maybe firing Brian Daboll. But with Philadelphia unraveling so fast, if they go one and done in the playoffs and the locker room is still not fully behind Sirianni, would it be a big surprise if the Eagles are looking for a new head coach come early February? Sirianni was asked about his job security during that fiery WIP interview this morning. Here's what he said.
No, I don't think about those things. Again, I try to stay right where we are right now. Again, how we played good football this week against the Giants. How do we fix some of the things that we got going on right now? That's where my focus is, and that's where I'll be, obviously the rest of this week.
Now, of course, the other big concern coming off of the loss to the Arizona Cardinals is the health of DeVonta Smith, who was rolled up on after that really stupid, my goodness, I hate watching this, 3rd and 20 screen pass where he was the lead blocker. And, it doesn't sound like Smith has really a shot to play on Sunday.
As far as DeVonta, obviously he got rolled up on the second to last drive on that 3rd down call. He was still on. He came up today, and I actually got to see him today. Got to spend some time with him. He was on crutches and still in the boot. And so, we'll see. We'll see where he is. He's tough as anybody we have on this team. He's a warrior. He's tough as heck. He'll do everything he possibly can to get himself back on that field as fast as he possibly can. And what he means to this football team is not only the playmaking ability that he has to change the game with the ball in his hands, but also, just his toughness is contagious. I think his toughness is super contagious to know that, he goes out there and puts his body on the line and throws his body around the way he does. I think that toughness is just, everyone sees it, everybody feeds off it. So obviously not having him on that field, anytime a player with the caliber of DeVonta, the playmaking ability, not having him on the field is a big deal, but also his toughness will be a big deal as well.
Oh, and by the way, to wrap things up, Philly at the Giants was announced yesterday as a 4:25 p.m. start time. It's, of course, the exact same time the Dallas Cowboys play their season finale, which means Philadelphia will have no clue as they're playing at MetLife whether they're going to have a chance to win their football game, plus a Cowboys loss and win the NFC East, or if the Cowboys are just rolling their opponent and therefore forcing Philadelphia to be a 5 seed no matter what. That will play a lot into tomorrow's show, so be sure to turn on the notification bell and subscribe for more info on that as well. Now, it's going to be a crazy week. If you thought 2024 was going to start nice and smooth and slow, no, not with the Philadelphia Eagles. This is a very critical week for Philadelphia and will be for the next couple of weeks as they head towards the postseason. Make sure to subscribe and follow here for the latest and greatest breaking Eagles news. I'm Thomas Mott. This has been The Thomas Mott Show.